You've worked hard to earn and save. Now it's time to make your money work hard for you. This is Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida of A Better Way Financial.
One of the big questions, it's almost like the starting question, I think, for most of us when we retire. How much do I need, right? GoBankingRates.com did some calculations over the notion of $1.5 million, guys. And how long would that last you in retirement? And it turns out it depends on the state that you live in, because minus the Social Security benefits, what they found is $1.5 million in West Virginia, apparently the most affordable state. It can last you 54 years. It will only last you 17 years in Hawaii, the most expensive state to retire. Good news for us here in Pennsylvania. Estimates are $1.5 million will last you 44 years.
Go Pennsylvania.
All right, that's it. We're doing okay. But overall, if you were to read this whole list and see the fluctuations that are involved, does it shoot a hole in the notion that any one of us has to have some sort of magic number, magic dollar amount to retire?
Well, you have to have a magic number, but it's not someone else's magic number.
Got it.
It's your own. I mean, if you've got $1.5 million and you want to spend $500,000 a year, it's going to last about 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, it depends on, your lifestyle. It depends on what other types of income. Do you have a pension plan? So many times I read these articles and they're like, oh, you can have this much money. And what if you have a pension plan and you got, $100,000 a year or $50,000 a year coming in from a pension?
Yeah, that's the same for everybody, right? No, it's not going to work like that at all. So you need to take a look at what your expenses are. Like Dad was saying, if you have $500,000 expenses, you only have $1.5 million. That's not going to last very long.
No.
You also got to look at what the income is. So you have a pension plan, you have Social Security, you have annuity income. What do we have to be able to replace that income that we had when we were working? And so if you have enough income coming in from these other sources, then you really don't need a whole lot more from the investments and from the savings. You might need that for inflation and for the cost of living continuing to go up, but for your basic living expenses, if they're met by your income streams, then you did a good job setting up that income for your retirement years, and you just need to worry about the inflation and making sure that you're able to continue to get those increases as you continue to go on. If maybe your work doesn't have a pension or you don't get enough from Social Security to cover your basic living expenses, well, then you need more money saved. You need more money in your investments to be able to provide that income stream. And so we look into, well, what options do we have? How can we be able to replace some of that income? And you can have some of the funds invested in the market where you have some market risk and go off the 4% rule and take a percentage out from the investments, or you can utilize an annuity to be able to get a guaranteed income stream throughout your retirement years that'll be able to work together to try to supplement that income from Social Security so that you're able to get that income need met for you. But you still have to focus on, as well, inflation and making sure that you're getting those pay increases over the course of your retirement years. And so if you don't have a plan for income and you don't have a strategy in place to be able to replace some of that income when you do retire, or maybe you already are retired and you don't know how long your money's going to last, or if you could potentially live on more income in your retirement years, give us a call and we're going to be able to calculate for you how much income you can live on to get the most out of your savings while still making sure that you're not running out of money in your retirement years.
Frankie, you said it right. If you're not retired yet, we're going to sit here and be able to show you what you can do if you retire at this time, if you retire at that time, what it can mean to your income. But you know what? Those people who are already retired that didn't actually do the planning, they kind of did the hoping, that their money would last and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too late.
Okay.
Come on in.
Okay.
Let's sit down. Let's go over this stuff. You know how many people out there are underspending because they're so conservative, because they're afraid they're going to run out of money because they never did a financial plan, or vice versa. Some people are overspending and they are going to run out of money. And boy, it would be helpful if they knew ahead of time how much they could spend each year and had a continual financial plan to help them and be able to maximize what they want to do in their life.
Yeah, and if this is something that you want to be able to learn, what strategies can you use to be able to replace that income? How can you make sure that you're not going to be able to run out of money in your retirement? And what projections can we use to be able to show that you're going to be successful in your retirement? Give us a call, and we're going to be able to put together a complimentary retirement income plan for you, personalized, so that we can figure out what is your magic number. How much do you have saved? Is it enough? How long is it going to last you? And could you potentially live on more income than what you're currently living on? If you're not retired, can you retire sooner? And so if you're 55 and older and you've saved $500,000 or more for your retirement, give us a call right now for your complimentary retirement income plan. That number is 610-440-3722. That's 610-440-3722. Or find us online at abetterwayfinancial.com.
You know how that nothing reflects how much you really like someone you're working with than referring them to their friends and family. I mean, we have been blessed for the second year in a row to actually win the Morning Call Reader's Choice Award as #1 financial planning company here in the Lehigh Valley. And it's wonderful. We have so many of our clients referring their friends and relatives. It's just amazing. We're constantly helping those folks. And we had a couple come in that they were referred to us. He was 60, she was 63. They wanted to retire at 65. And they saved about $1.8 million. They wanted to live on $110,000 a year. They did a nice job.
Yeah.
You know, but they needed some help in the planning. They wanted to know, could they make it? Or, you know, will their money last? Is it going to work? You know, and all of these calculations. And that's what we're here for. That's what we were able to show them.
Yeah, and we were looking, what is their income situation in retirement? Because right now they're working, they're getting around $170,000 of income now. So they don't really need to worry about income while they're working, but when they get to retirement, how is that going to work? And once she retired, she was going to be able to get a pension for around $67,000. So that was going to be a really nice way to get a lot of that income replaced, but they still needed another $40,000. So we said, all right, well, over the course of your time period here from between the pension turned on and the Social Security, we're going to take some income from the portfolio to supplement that income stream. And then we said, well, let's wait on Social Security to get the maximum benefit that you can get. And by doing that, they were able to get a projected $99,000 combined from Social Security at age 70. Wow. And so
that's awesome.
Once that was turned on, they were going to have $166,000 of income coming in every single year after they're both age 70. So utilizing the portfolio almost as a bridge to get them through that time period where both of those Social Securities and the pension are turned on, and then also using it for inflation down the road. But a lot of the time, having that set up and going through those different options can really make a difference. For them, having the Social Security turned on at age 70 instead of having it turned on at full retirement age meant $472,000 more projected to them in their retirement.
Almost $500,000 just by coordinating the benefits. People can totally screw this up if they don't know how Social Security works. And, you know, some people say, well, I can go to my Social Security office and they can help me figure it out. They can't. They can't. They don't have the tools. They need to know a lot more about you. They need to know, what kind of savings you have, what kind of tax situation you're in. They don't have the means to figure this out the way a financial planner does.
Right, and so having that figured out the right way, we looked into it. There's a break-even age around 80 and 83, so if they live past age 80, they're going to be getting more money from Social Security. And so we looked at longevity, we looked at income need, we looked at if they could supplement with the portfolio, and with that information in mind, they said, well, we plan on living a long life. I don't see any reason we wouldn't live past 80 anyways, so we did the planning, and we're able to show them that they can get hundreds of thousands of dollars more projected from Social Security, in addition to looking into their portfolio planning and saying, all right, well, here's where you're currently at. You're living on $110,000 of income per year now, but you could actually go up in income if you wanted to. And what if we wanted to spend more in your retirement years? Do you know how much income you could spend? They said, no, I don't know. Can you tell me?
But we would like to know.
Yeah, I'd love to know what that number is, how much I can spend, because they can make changes now. They don't have to wait till retirement. If they wanted to go on extra trips now and spend more of that time doing some of the things that they wanted to do that maybe they've been delaying because they didn't think they had the means to do it, it's an exciting thing to be able to show them what it could look like. And we showed them that they could go all the way up to $157,000 of income coming in each year, $47,000 more every single year for the rest of their lives to be able to spend the way that they wanted to. That is the type of work that we do. And so if you haven't had this drawn up for you yet and you want to get it drawn up, feel free to give us a call. If you're 55 and older and you save $500,000 or more for your retirement, give us a call right now for your own personalized complimentary retirement income plan. That number to dial is 610-440-3722. Again, that's 610-440-3722. Or find us online at abetterwayfinancial.com.
Thanks for listening to Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com.
By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.